Mr. Ben is going to be giving us our Bible story of the day. So,
Hello.
yeah. So go ahead, take it away. Yes, I'll get you the podium.
It's over here. So, like you said, I'm Ben. I was the guy running around collecting up all the ping pong balls, diving off the stage. But I'm going to be doing the Bible story about the prodigal son. So, this is a story that you can find in the New Testament, obviously. It's a parable that Jesus gave, and now I have some actors that I need to come up. Specifically, Stephen and all the other helpers. So, specifically Stephen though, Stephen right here, right now. So who do you think he is? Stephen, that's right. So this here is going to be the prodigal son dad. But wait, where's your son? I don't see him anywhere. I need one. Who wants to be the prodigal? I saw your hand first. Come on down. Come on down to prodigal son town. So, run, go, go, go. Alright, there you go. Round of applause for Connor. Thank you, Connor. So, this is Connor and his dad, Stephen. There are so many similarities. It's like a spitting image, looking into a mirror. So, Stephen is the prodigal son dad, and this is our prodigal son. So, one day, there was the prodigal son and his brother, also known as EJ. And they were probably, once again, spitting image. So, the prodigal son and EJ, they were probably out working somewhere in the fields, doing stuff for the dad on the farm, doing stuff, yeah. And Stephen was over here, actually. And Stephen was over here. And Stephen was over here. There. So they were over there working. You were doing something, I don't know, maybe filing taxes, I don't know. So they were over there, and then our prodigal son, Connor, he thought, well, our prodigal son Connor, there you go, he thought, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go do my own thing, and I want my dad's money. So, he went to his father, Stephen, and he said, Father, I now want my half of all your assets and all the estate and all your money, but my half. Well, he said all of that. And so his father sat down, did the math, calculated everything, used the little clock up here to do it. And he found out that he could give him this much. So he gave him a lot of money. And then after he got his money, he put his shoe back on, and then he went off into a faraway land, and the brother was not there. Brother was backstage. So, there you go. Yep. So, yeah, you can stay out there, and then you can go back there too. So our prodigal son, he went off. No, you stay up here. So he went off with all of his riches, lots and lots of money. Are your pockets filled with money? Yeah. You think you could throw some out into the crowd? There you go. And see, it didn't even affect him because he had so much money. But then he went out into the town, and there were a bunch of people. And they heard that he had a lot of money. So, obviously, what do you do when you find out someone has a lot of money? You want to be friends with them. So they were all besties. They gave him a little bit more personal space, but they were all besties. And every single night and every single day, they would ask for parties, And then Connor, the prodigal son, hey guys. Hey besties. Connor's besties. All right, so every night he would throw parties. Woo! And he'd give them lots of money. He's giving them all lots of money because he wants to. There you go. And then, all right, guys, what's one of the best parts about parties? Anybody? Pizza. The food! So, he had the waiter come out here, which is now EJ again. He had the waiter come out here, and he would serve them lots and lots of food. Imagine a giant table down here, filled with food. Filled with lobsters. I don't know if they had those where they were.
Nugget trays.
Nugget trays. They had nugget trays, Polynesian sauce, hamburgers, but they also had like steaks, caviar, if they had it back then. But anyway, they had lots and lots of food, and it probably cost him a lot. And so he's looking at his money. He's like, okay, it put a little bit of a dent in my pocket, but it's fine. So the next night they kept partying. Woo! And eating more. And he kept giving out money. Now I want to be friends with him. And he was giving out money, and every single time he would be looking at his wallet. He's like, okay, we're getting a little bit low, but it's fine. We're okay. And so he kept partying and partying. Until one day, eventually, the food stopped. The food stopped. Because there was a famine. And then he stopped. They couldn't pay him enough. Couldn't keep his wages up. And then they all asked him, it's like, hey, where's our food? Said, they all said, hey, give us money so we can get food. And then, yeah, he said it. He said, he ran out of money. There's nothing there. You don't have no more money. And yeah, they all left him. And now, not only does he not have any money, but he's in debt by one steak to some man in a village somewhere. So, now he's all alone. He doesn't have any friends, any money, any food. Say, aww. Aww. That was pathetic. Say, aww. Aww. So, we know that, so he went out and he got himself a job. A job. What do you think you're going to be doing? Maybe like building skyscrapers that are 2 stories tall, because it's back then, a long time ago. But he got himself a job. And, you're what? He's not a cop. Actually, he tends to pigs. So, can I have the rest of the pigs come out here? Come on, piggies. Come on. There you go.
Here they are.
They are going oink oink. So, he would work with the pigs. He'd feed them, he'd tend to their fields. But now, we know that Jesus' audience understood that this was a very, very bad job. And it was against God's law to eat pig's meat. Yes, it is. No. It's a very bad job. It's probably very smelly. It was very smelly. Plus, pigs on the farm, they were so gross, they would eat the leftovers. I don't even eat my own leftovers, and they would be eating it.
It's true.
So, they're all getting like week-old steaks and celery, I don't know. Whatever they were eating back then. Probably a lot of bread, I would assume. Maybe some salmon. Whatever they were allowed to eat. They'd be feeding that. And it was really disgusting. It was probably all moldy and spoiled and stuff. But then he thought, Connor thought, man, oh man, I sure am hungry. And this slop down here, this nasty slop, it's starting to look a little bit better the more I get hungry. Nasty slop. You go, slop. Nice boiled slop. Nice and stinky. So, he started getting down. He's like, started to take a bite. And he thought, wait, why do I do this? When all of my father's servants, they have a place to live, they have food. That's the thing that he really wants right now. He has food, he would have friends, people to be around. And so he got up and he thought that, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'm going to go to where my father is and I'm going to apologize. And where is it? What does he say? Anyway, he goes out to his father's house. So all the pigs, they're away, and the keeper of the pigs, Samuel. So now he heads off again, ready to go to his father's house with an empty stomach, and he's still over here. Connor's still over here. Connor, our prodigal son, is still over here. So he's still hungry. Now he owes the pig slop, he owes Sammy a steak, and he's very hungry and out of money. So he wants to go to his father and say, Father, I have sinned against you. Not yet. This is what he's thinking. He's thinking, I want to go to him and say, Father, I have sinned against heaven. And against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. And he was hoping that maybe, just maybe, he'd let him work for him. So he starts walking in place so it takes longer. And he sees his father out in the distance. And the father sees him out in the distance. And he's like, oh my gosh! It's my son! It's his son. And so they run to each other and they hug. The father runs and hugs him and kisses him. But we don't have to do that part here. So the son, he said to him, Father, son, you're not eating yet. Son said, Father, I have sinned against heaven. And I have sinned against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. And he's on his knees and he's begging him to take him back. He's shouting. He's crying. He's like, please. Louder. Please. There you go. He's shouting, he's pleading, and then the father, he says to his servants, he says, quick, bring out the best robes that we have and put it on him. And then he says, put a ring on his finger, put sandals on his feet, bring the fattened calf and kill it. You're going to be the fattened calf. So, he is the fattened calf and kill it. They say, let's have a feast. For this son of mine was dead. So the father, he said, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and he is now found. And then after he came back, they all had another party. And so, thank you to all of our amazing actors. Give them all a round of applause. Especially Connor and the fattened calf. And the fattened calf is also alive again. And they're off stage. And you can have a seat, Connor. Thank you. So now, this year was, give a round of applause again, great acting. So now this was one of the 3 parables that Jesus had told a crowd about. He was telling this to a crowd of tax collectors and lots of sinners. And these are people who felt really unloved, especially when they were listening to the local Pharisees preaching. And this story shows that no matter how far away that we stray from God and we go against what He's given us, He's going against the will that He has for our lives, that no matter how many times we turn away from Him, that He will always be wanting to take us back into His loving arms and call us His son and daughter again. So, now I think Pastor Landon is coming back up here. Yes.
That's right. Thank you, Ben, and the team for the Bible story.